The time is 2 minutes gone past the hour of 9 o'clock on the AM side. I would say good morning and thanks for staying with us in Diamond 887 FM, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. This news bunch, a news and current affairs compilations of topical stories making the rounds. I'm your host, Precious AFOLABI. And here are the headlines trending in the news today. Federal government vows to go after foreigners overstaying their visas. Federal government move to hand fake degrees strengthens academic records integrity. FEC okays 100% annual salaries as gratuities for retiring federal workers. Moving on, alleged cyber stalking, judges absent stall hearings in Show-Arrest trials on false claims against Tinubu. These on phone tapping. Phone tapping right here. We have El-Rufai's demand 15.6 billion naira damages from ICPC over arrest detention. The court dismisses Abba Kyari's brother non-declarations of asset trial. Tinubu elevate Masari to special advisor on political affairs. Moving on, Senate summons scary orders over the alleged 210 trillion naira unaccounted for in NNPCL report. Repspob stalls 365 million naira National Library project in Taraba. Chris Kafo withdraws apologies to actress Doris Ogala. Says he was under pressure. Moving on, we have the Senator Dixon dumps PDP, declares for newly registered NDC. Two sentenced to death for kidnapping in Kwara. Bandit attacks travelers, abduct 4 persons along Ibeti Keshi Road. Moving on right now for the last wrap on the national news, we have the power plant shutdowns as generations drops. Generations drops to 30 and 490 to 53 megawatt. Moving on to the foreign scene. On the foreign scene today, we have the Central African Republic president pledges closer ties with Russia. Missile strikes triggers massive fires at Bahrain's largest oil refineries. Still on the foreign news, Trump says he has to be involved in choosing Iran's next leader, and for the Israeli repatriation fights land in Tel Aviv. Moving on lastly to the world of sport right here. CAF postpones 2026 Women African cities unforeseen circumstances as the Premier League's title race not yet over, Guardiola insists. And those are the major headlines making the round today. It was compiled and edited by Nedu Okore. And I am Precious AFOLABI. For sponsorship or advertisement, kindly contact our sales and marketing office on these numbers 0912 929 4332 or 0907 722-7120. Up next is Diamond's Breakfast Show, where we discuss and have in-depth analysis on some of the topical stories making the rounds. And don't forget that you can follow us by logging on to any of our Diamond FM online platforms on www.diamondfm.net or keep updates via social media pages. I'm your host, Precious AFOLABI, and we're saying good morning.
For up-to-date news reported across the globe, be rest assured you're on the right radio dial. Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, your shining supreme station.
I'm in love. I'm obsessed. And I don't even feel guilty about it.
Obsessions are not always bad, especially when it's an obsession with your favorite radio station, Diamond 88.7 FM. We're obsessed with enhancing your radio experience. Diamond 88.7 FM, shining supreme.
Major talking points in Nigeria are always on the lips of the citizens.
What's going on in this country? Look at smaller countries taking lead and you call yourself giant of Africa. Yeah.
Business too much. Nigeria too hard for us. I mean, I want to kill us. Father, not kill us for Nigeria. Please, so help us beg them.
They should reduce their expenditure so that they can free enough money for social development.
I wish for a Nigeria where we elect a leader based on competency and not popularity.
On the Diamond Breakfast Show, we place the spotlight on the critical issues in the country.
Government that says they are broke can prioritize construction of an additional runway over education of the people.
How can a government, how can you hurt Indomie? It's intolerable. It's provocative.
Now, you see, when you look at our democratic journey, we are yet to practice the new democratic system in Nigeria.
Join us on Monday to Friday on the DVS from 9 to 10 a.m. The Diamond Breakfast Show, amplifying the voice of the people. From the studios of Diamond 88.7 FM in Loring, this is the Diamond Breakfast Show.
Diamond Breakfast Show, amplifying the voice of the people, and say good morning to you, beautiful people. Welcome to DBS Show, where this is where we have discussions on in-depth analysis and some of the topical stories, elevate stories, quality conversations and stories, and significant events of the national and global importance that requires engaging narratives, aiming for clarity that will solve the societal challenges with our guests and to engage the listeners at home, also to be part of the conversations today. Today, 6th of March 2026, is another beautiful occasion that we're going to have on the show today. I am Precious AFOLABI D, your main man. Good morning. You can still be part of the show. Definitely, we have lines that you can call directly. One, you can call on that. And the second one, you can drop your SMS, drop your messages there. Then we will definitely get it just like you've typed it right here, and we'll bring it out to the people. That is 0913-655-6952. 0913-655-6952. And the second line, 0913-655-6864. We say good morning. Don't forget that this is where we have a conversation. We don't shut you out. We bring you into the show. And definitely we have a analyst as well, where we have their own perspectives, their opinion also to be heard on the show. And definitely today is a special day too, as I will be having a very wonderful comrade in the building, Olanrewaju Lawal, is here with me on the show. Mr. Olanrewaju, welcome.
Good morning, Precious. Good morning to all our listeners. It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's good to have you. We have Flashpoint to discuss this very morning. We have the HIPAC. Can we really call this coming from HIPAC as a threat or a statement of fact towards the 2027 general elections? We have the argument, we have implications of such a move. That is all about the amendment electoral act, which they say that might actually be boycotted when it comes to 2027. And also we have these two, we cannot just shy away from it, that Nigeria is poor because we celebrate thieves. Obi is saying this. Obi's remarks regarding the celebrations of thieves. We're going to talk about that. Who are the thieves that Obi is actually referring to this morning? And we have another one which is very important as to look into that definitely right here. The ADC slams federal government over budget confusion policy reversal. That is, going back and forth in the policy budget of the policy making. We're going to talk about a lot on that too. But definitely, just before we kickstart, I love saying something. We have, we scratch the matters from the surface. We are all Nigerians, whether we like it or not. Whether you are blue or you are black, you are Nigerian. And definitely the administrations will be hitting you positively or negatively. Let me come to you, comrade. Yeah, let me come to you. Let's look at it from the political arena. 2027 general election. We have a lot that is cooking right now. You know, it's just like you're having the effing from the pot, but you have not opened the pot now. Looking at it right now, can we really say that Nigerians should be more interested in 2027? Johnson, 2 minutes.
Well, whether we are interested or we are not, good morning to all our listeners again. Whether we are interested or we are not, it will still meet those of us who are fortunate and privileged enough to be alive when 2027 comes, when the time of election comes. It will affect all of us one way or the other. To sum it all up, it's like a Yoruba proverb that says, Oni ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹni, olóhùn lọ sẹ́dẹ̀. Bó o bá tẹ̀dẹ̀ dé, wà á balẹ̀ ẹ̀dẹ̀. What that means is there's a matter that concerns you. Literally, this is a literal translation.
Okay.
There's a matter that concerns you. You say you are leaving it because you want to go to Ede Town. When you come back from Ede Town, you will meet it in your corridor or your backyard. So 2027 is upon us. Events are shaping up. The political gladiators are gearing up for another round of, another bout of battle. And unfortunately, when two elephants are at loggerheads, it is the grass
that
suffers. So Nigerians would need to pay close attention to all of these events. Some of them are a distraction anyway, but we need to pay attention and make the right choices when it is presented to us.
Of course, that is just a point. Definitely, one way or the other is going to affect you. You prep right now. You still really want to have the continuations in the administrations, no problem. It's your choice. And you have a change. Definitely, it's your choice. But it is our civic responsibility that will just stand up to that and be impactful. All right, 0913-655-6952 is the number to dial and join me on the conversations today. And definitely you can join us on Facebook. You can join us on Facebook. That is Diamond 887 FM, Diamond 887 FM. And definitely you will get us right here. And we have another tie-up to it, very, very active. That is the YouTube. The YouTube, that is Diamond 887 FM on YouTube. You can join us on YouTube. We have to juggle those social media together. Your messages, just keep dropping them, and definitely we'll pick it up from here. But let's go for advert placement now. Then after the advert placement, we'll move into the show straight up.
Kí lè bára máa dáhùn pépéré ni mo ṣe ń lo Gasco. Ìgúnfẹ̀ burúkú àti inú kíkún. Gasco ni oògùn tó dára tó máa ra jí pépé. Kò yẹ ká jẹun kó má lè digest o. Bèrè àsálàtù, àlàáfíà tayọ. Gasco. Bínú bá ti ń kan mí, máa tètè gbé. Relief food comfort. Gasco. Kọ̀bà lábíyá gbàwẹ̀ mi, máa tètè gbé. Gasco antacid. Ó dára ká máa lò, bàbá ti jẹ tààrí tàbí ká ṣe é bọ́. Gascol Antacid, iléeṣẹ́ Fitson Healthcare PLC ló ṣe. Gascol Fast Relief Full Comfort.
Bí àyípadà ò bá sí lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ kẹta, lọ rí dókítà rẹ o.
This iftar package. See Malta Guinness.
Remember that woman I said I helped this morning? Her grandson Ibrahim bought this masa and Malta Guinness.
See, good comes to those who do good. Sharing goodness brings blessings.
Please pass me the can of Malta Guinness.
We need to call our neighbors and share with them for iftar.
This Ramadan, nourish your iftar with the real taste of Malta Guinness. Malta Guinness, sharing goodness brings blessings.
Better be iron and care. Be good for your body. Yeah. Are you not aware? That the day for yeah. Now your daily friend. For your blood, if it 10 over 10. Oh, yes. Feel your bed. Join to it on party test. Blood builder for everybody. Healthy body for everybody. Better be a product of Fitson Healthcare.
All right, you're welcome back to your show, DBS show right here on Diamond 887 FM. Amend Electoral Act or we boycott 2027 election. This is coming from IPAC as the Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, has warned that political parties under its umbrella may boycott the 2027 general elections if the National Assembly does not urgently amend key provisions of the Electoral Act 2026 as the simple terms. IPAC says that part of the new law weakens the multi-parties democracy, restricts the right of political parties to manage their own affairs, and could affect the credibility and the expectance of the next general elections if left unchanged. As the positions was contained in a communique issued at the hands of the Council General Assembly meeting held at its National Secretary in Abuja, the communique made available to journalists was co-signed by the IPAC National Chairman, Dr. Yusuf, and the National Secretary, Barrister Maxwell, at the closed-door deliberation. But in all of these conversations, the main point where we're holding on to is that should the National Assembly fail to address these anomalies through urgent amendments to the Act, political parties under the umbrella of the IPAC will be compelled to boycott the 2027 general election. Looking at this particular matter that we have on ground now, it seems to be that we have a lot of noise on this Electoral Amendment Act, and the 2027 due to them is very shaky. How can we really explain this?
Thank you for the question. I don't totally align with the position of IPAC. I have a right to. I've looked at some of their views, and the issue of boycotting should be the last resort. It is something that they are supposed to play their cards close to their chest. Now they've played all their cards face up. They have played into the hands of the ruling party. That's as far as I am concerned. For those of us who are political observers, especially in the civic space, we've always been talking about how voter apathy endangers our democracy, how it enables electoral malfeasance and malpractices, also known as rigging. If you decide to boycott, every political party has got their base. Now, if you tell your base that you should not participate, you are giving a leeway for those who have the machineries of state, the institutions of state, access to state resources to dominate and to shape the narrative. Yes, they've raised some valid concerns. I also have a few things to say about the new Electoral Act.
Okay.
Internal mechanisms of the political parties should be at the behest of the political parties. Just as there is right to association and right to assembly, there should also be the right for political parties or political organizations or groups to determine how they choose their leaders within themselves. Give them a plethora of choices to make. When you limit those choices, then you are limiting their right to participate. But I don't subscribe to boycotting. Look at the elections, look at the performance of the electorate since 1999, since this Fourth Republic started in 1999. It has been declining. And that is a vote of no confidence in those who are saddled with matters of election in this country. And it's also an indictment on the ruling party, whether now or in the past, because this party was not there in 1999 as a ruling party. They were in the opposition. And they also complained. When we have a plethora of choices to make as political organizations, leave it to them. Why should you limit it and say, okay, only direct primaries, no indirect primaries? No, I don't subscribe to that. While I don't also subscribe to boycotting of elections. Why would you boycott elections?
Now, if you look at that statement, is that not really threatening?
Is it threatening? It is not. It is not the first time. Okay, let us go back in history.
All right.
Prior to 1999 election, late Nelson Mandela, advised a certain set of politicians who happened to be in the opposition as at that time. They decided not to participate in the election as at that time, and that was what brought in the PDP. Those in power now were in the opposition then. Some of them were touting the idea of boycotting the election as at that time because the conditions, the environment were not favorable
to the opposition's parties. Then.
Yes, then we were under military regime. We are transitioning into democracy.
Yeah.
And there was a select group of politicians, majorly from the southwestern part of this country, who decided that they were not going to be part of that process. And Nelson Mandela cautioned against that in his wisdom then. You don't leave matters of election by boycotting. You participate in it. You go back into the trenches and re-strategize. That's why I don't fully align with their position on boycotting. However, some of the concerns they raised are valid.
All right.
They are valid. You cannot limit the number of choices for political parties with which they can elect, they can coordinate themselves. Leave all of the choices. It is down to them to choose that which suits them the most. That is my take on it.
Let's look at the implication now.
Now, the implication for our democracy is that there will be much more voter apathy. Like I said, if you look at from 1999 up till today, the electorate, the number of electorate is increasing. However, the percentage of participation is declining. The last 2023 elections, according to INEC information, we had 93 million registered voters in this country. Those that participated in the election were less than 35 million.
Very less, yeah.
That's like a quarter. That's like 1/3 of the voting bloc came out to vote. So where is the 2/3? In essence, what we are saying is we have elected a government of minority. And that's not the way democracy works. Because the classical the definition of democracy is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. What that means is the center of democracy is not the politicians, but the people.
The electorate.
The electorate. That is the most important constituent or constituency, the most important agent of democracy.
Yeah.
So if people are staying away, and these are some of the things that make people to stay away, because IPAC is made up of political organizations, political parties, whether registered or deregistered, and they have their followers. They have their basis of support. So if you tell your followers to stay away, they should be the focus of the election. They should be the most important ingredient of our democracy. So consequently, what we have is lesser and lesser participation of people. And I've always held in town hall meetings that I do across the state, I've always explained to people in clear ABC terms that when you stay away, you are not just denying yourself of the right to choose who is going to lead you, you are also unpatriotic.
Yeah, you state all
because you are shaking away from your civic responsibility. The Yorubas will say, Agbajo ọwọ́ báyìí la fi ń gbẹ́rù dórí, ọwọ́ la fi ń wẹ ọwọ́ tí ọwọ́ fi ń mọ́. What that means is, it takes two to tango. In a democracy, there is the elected and those who vote. We cannot do without each other. Both have to be present for the democracy to be termed a success. So if we stay away, we are encouraging voter apathy. If we encourage voter apathy, we are deepening electoral malfeasance.
I think we need a deep sensitizations on that very angle. And the appropriate quarter should be able to stand up to that responsibilities. 0913-655-6952. Hello, good morning.
Mr. Precious.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. God bless you.
God bless you too, sir.
This is David from that journey.
All right, sir.
Morning, the boycotting. You see that the other day, local elections, say people don't come out. They see the country people. They said they voted. No need of boycotting it. He said, okay, what we're supposed to do, let us face transparency, accountability, fidelity, which is faithfulness, which is faith, as we did do in terms of Abiola election. Believe this is the only one that can help us. Don't boycotting.
All right,
I'm
sir.
appealing to people, don't boycott election.
All right.
But let us face transparency, accountability, and fidelity, faithfulness.
All right. All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Babola Jori, for your contributions there. You can still be part of the conversation as well. Call the number 0913 655 6952. 0913 655 6952. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Your name, where you calling from?
This is Dr. Olari Okiki, exponent in country of Itakuri, Lori.
All right, sir.
May God bless the presenter and analyst abundantly this morning.
Amen. Thank you.
And thank you for giving us opportunity to be the part of this program.
Oh, you're welcome.
So staying away from election has many reasons. But it's not necessary to stay away because the belief of the people are very low. Because people believe that at the end of electoral process, so there is no any good impact. So poor governance, everything like that. So the belief of the people are very, very low. And we need to change our system. So we need to change it entirely because we can't be doing something the same way and expecting results. We need to be sincere to the masses, our leaders and the politicians. They have to be very sincere and straightforward. That is what the people are looking at. But we need to participate, not boycotting. Boycotting is not the answer. So not the way out. Dr. Larry, God bless you.
All right, thank you. Thank you for your contribution. Abstinence is not the key right now. You just need to participate, make your own quota, yeah? I think we have a lot of people agreeing to your fact this morning.
Oh. That's a new one.
0913-655-6952. Hello, good morning. You can try that line once again. Just try it. Let me just pick this straight up from the WhatsApp. God bless Diamond FM. Thank you. Say walking away from an election, otherwise called boycotts, does not in any way invalidate the outcome of such elections. And mark you, boycotting an election is one of the fundamental human rights of the boycotters. It is their democratic right to do so. God bless Nigeria. Bankole Yusuf from Asadam Road. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, my name is Adebayo. I'm calling from Amoyo.
All right, good to have you, Adebayo.
Kudos to the guests in the building. Actually, boycotting election is not bad.
All right.
We have some factors. First, let the electoral act be amended. Why are they scared? If they are scared, they don't have any claim to coalition amend the amendment. And secondly, the appointment of the electoral chairman shouldn't come from the president. It should be an independent appointing an electoral chairman, a neutral somebody. And thirdly, our constitution is too porous. Let us amend our constitution. So that's the problem we are facing in this country. If our constitution is thoroughly amended, and I think Nigeria will move forward. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for your points. We can get that. Let's go for this advert placement. Then we just proceed just a little bit and go to the next one. Good morning.
Announcement. The wait is over. Samsung has unveiled the powerful new S26 series, and it is now available for pre-order at Femtech. Experience unmatched speed, breathtaking camera clarity, intelligent AI features, and a design that defines premium. Be among the first in Nigeria to own the future. Pre-order the new Samsung S26 series today at Femtech and receive free gift items worth over 500,000 naira. Secure yours now with a pre-order deposit of 500,000 naira. Allocation is strictly limited. Call 0809 999 6565. 0809 999 6565. or visit www.femtechit.com today. Femtech, get more for less.
I love this iftar package. See Malta Guinea.
Remember that woman I said I helped this morning? Her grandson Ibrahim bought this masa and Malta Guinness.
See, good comes to those who do good. Sharing goodness brings blessings.
Please pass me the can of Malta Guinness.
We need to call our neighbors and share with them for iftar.
This Ramadan, nourish your iftar with the real taste of Malta Guinness. Malta Guinness, sharing goodness brings blessings.
Yeah, good morning and you're welcome to Diamond Breakfast Show right here, Diamond 887 FM, with your main man Precious AFOLABI, and of course, so my guest, comrade Olanrewaju Lawal. We're just rocking it together. You can still be part of the conversation as well. 0913-655-6952. A man with the mantle of authority and influence continues to consolidate, expand his reach, and build trust across the divide. Opposition parties are ignoring structures and banking on social media trend to wrestle power from a formidable political champions. The opposition should step up its game and consolidate. This is coming from Kolade Aide from Asadam. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Your name, where you calling from?
I'm Mr. Peter from the airport.
All right, Mr. Peter from airport.
I support the opponent to participate in the election.
Okay.
They should not boycott it. It's not good for them to boycott. They should pull more people to vote to their own side. I think when they do that, if they cannot win, if they don't win in the upper seat, and in the house, they will have people there to represent them. This is my own idea.
Okay.
And I think if the opposition should take this idea, they will have a place to stay in the government.
All right, thank you. Thank you for your contributions. Yeah, we have this from WhatsApp. Say, good morning, gentlemen. Like the analyst said, whether we like it or not, we are in it together. Whether our votes count or not, we have obligations to participate, even in the face of the manipulations. The results every election so far have never reflected the yearnings of Nigerians, and say the same way, our hope and expectation as a people have increasingly diminished. Our leaders are our problem. This is Ben Okoli from Taiwo. All right, 0913-655-6952. I'm tempted to pick this call. Okay, let me just pick this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. It's good to have you, sir.
Just as the question is, who are IFON? Have they been relevant? That's the question. Because I see it as a kind of a consolation for parties that are not ordered really. Some party may belong to you. But if you watch those who they used to make the chairman of the so-called iPad, they used to be from very minority parties who have not been winning elections. So then I will continue to correct Nigerians, as I said yesterday. That perception is the biggest problem we have. Where people will be cleaning, they will not announce your results, they will not declare the actual results, so on and so forth. That is where the problem is. If I don't vote for somebody and the person won the election, that doesn't mean that the election is not fair and fair. Because everybody votes according to his own wish, not my own wish. the earlier Nigerians think that the better for of us. When there is election, and somebody through 2023 election, I can contest to that's one of the most the best election. That's why Tinubu lost the people are not talking about that. If the area where they are lost, they will say the election was not fair and fair. I think that is wrong. God bless them.
All right, thank you very much for that education right there. And that is showing that it's the responsibilities of Nigerians, to bring up their own right as well. Let them exercise it, since they have the right to do so, let us just try to do that. Let's move to the next one we have right here. It's also a germane one, very important, as we have ADC slams federal government over budget confusion policy reversal, and that will definitely equals to the conversations that we'll be having this morning as the African Democratic Congress has faulted the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led federal government over what it called budget confusions, poor project implementations, and frequent policy reversals. In a statement on Thursday, the ADC's National Publicity Secretary Bolaji Abdullahi said the government preoccupations with re-elections politics as expenses of effective governance has caused unprecedented damage to the country. Just like 2 months ago, federal government, they ordered all ministries, departments of agencies to carry out forward 70% of their 2025 capital allocations into the 2026 fiscal year, which is the 70% capital budget rollover into 2026. We have justice to just buttress that point.
Minister of Finance, Mr. Wali Edu, Executive Council meeting says with the remaining 70
component of 2025 arise, which will answer. I think that's always a confusion. First, there's no issue on the personnel and recurrent side, and capital component is work in progress. Some capital projects are multi-year projects in any case.
Issue of overlapping budget, I think there is a commitment to stick to, as much as possible, revert to a normal budget cycle, January to December. That's the commitment. It takes all parties agreeing and working towards that laudable goal, which is to normalize and have the budget, the capital budget we are talking, because we know that the recurrent runs from January to December and then stops.
Of course, what you heard is that what was coming from the Minister of Budget and Economy, Abubakar Bagudu, and the Finance Minister, Wali Edu, having their own enlightenment on that very particular angles. And definitely we have that also to really talk about that, as the punchline was giving us the facts that that is what it can actually try as much as possible to, make the government to understand that all this thing they are doing is what we call budget confusion. What kind of policy is that?
It's a policy of the APC. It's a policy of this Bola Tinubu-led administration. And to be fair, it's confusing. That's an understatement. To say it's confusing is an understatement. Because for the purpose of transparency and accountability, for probity, then it becomes cumbersome to track government spending. See, I've listened to government officials, I've listened to analysts who pivot in support of the government. And one question I've been asking them is, there is a transparency tool that was initiated during the last administration. We call it Open Treasury Portal, OTP. Everybody can access it. It's online. It displays government spending. Another one is govspend.ng. It displays government spending. and you can keep track. You can follow the money. But I can assure you that since last year, that site has been redundant. So what is the government hiding? Yes, every budget is an estimate. You estimate an expected revenue, you estimate expected expenditure. But every budget has got a timeline. It could be quarterly, it could be biannually, it could be annually. 2024 budget spilled into 2025 is spilling into 2026. 2025 budget is spilling into 2026. Why? In the midst of all of this confusion, it is the capital leg of government expenditure that is unfulfilled. The recurrent, where overhead, personnel cost, and other forms of allowances, those ones are first line charge. So who is fooling who? And it is the capital leg of the expenditure, because every budget has two legs. The revenue, income, and the expenditure. That's the outflow.
All right.
Now, the capital leg of the expenditure, that is what will drive the economy. That is what will drive the economy. That is what will create a conducive business environment for the MSMEs to thrive.
Simple language that Nigerians will definitely understand. Okay.
That's why I'm breaking it. That's why I'm breaking it down. Now, these capital releases are being stifled, as it were. But the recurrent, where government officials can fly out, where government officials can take their duty to allowance, where government officials can take every form of allowances, however humongous it is. That one, nothing is touching it. But the one that affects you and I, that will ensure that we'll get to our places safely, the one that affects you and I, that our businesses will be conducted in a conducive environment, those capital releases is what is being stifled. And they are rolling it over into 2026 budget. Don't forget that the 2026 budget is still being debated 3 months into the year at the National Assembly. So who is fooling who? The government needs to do better.
Let me put you on the spotlight. The government argued. They argued that this absurdity is a deliberate strategy and transitions course to ensure this that the multi-year capital projects are completed. This is a blatant false, which is coming from the ADC, that this is just a peripheral of what they can call the confusions of how you want to cover your tracks, on how people will be able...
It's just semantics. It is just semantics. All of this, they know what they are doing. It is just semantics. On this one, I align totally with the opposition, because this confusion can only favor the ruling party.
The ruling party.
Yeah.
0913-655-6952. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Your name, where you calling from?
I'm from...
All right, let's have you.
It's good. I want to talk about Nigeria.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, let me tell you this. I see presidential election as waste of money. Because when everybody is chanting, almost all Nigerian governors are the campus military. Not because we are enjoying this government, but they are after their cases. They are afraid of being, they don't want to lose the election. That is why that effective to the party. So now, boycotting or not boycotting election, the only way we must. Hello, sir.
Yeah, we're with you.
The only, what I suggest, the only hope for women is that if AFASO and deputize Bullock are all really see back them, I think we have a report process 27.
All right. Thank you for your analysis right there. Let us just move straight and have this also on WhatsApp. We have a contribution right here coming from WhatsApp. Say, federal government has to be proactive in identifying and preventing potential problems. May God help Nigeria. This is from Honorable Abaya Yusuf. Thank you for your contributions there. Of course, hello? Do we have someone there? All right. Good morning, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Concerning this budget, sir, you are in Nigeria. I'm happy. Your parents are here. I'm here in Nigeria. Do you feel the impact of this budget? Trillion for trillion every day. The current head of state was that they should vote for him. If don't take care of electricity, he said we should not vote for him the second time. And all of you had but look at it now. Budget or no budget, no effect, don't do a favor. What I'm saying.
All right, sir.
You would never do. Oh, this thing is too much.
All right. All right.
Look at no that now. They say gas or no gas. Fidelity, faithfulness.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. We really appreciate your contribution, Baba Olajorin. 09136556952. As we have an ADC slamming federal government over budget confusion. I say this is just a policy reversal. And of course, what is your take on that? Do you really agree with the ADC at this time? Or should we really say that the government are saying they are very strategic about this? How possible can Nigerians understand this, their strategy? Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Islam Mohammed from Ilorin.
All right, sir. Let's have you, sir.
On the issue of budget, how has it been in the past? How has it been written in the past? Have we not been having an overlapping budget? If we have, then we don't need to complain because we have been complaining for a very long time. Like my guest in the house, I just referred to the former regime, that there was a site we used to check and see the process. Even with that, we will not see corruption. So I have not seen any process that actually helped Nigerians. Right from the onset, none of our budget has ever helped us, except maybe things we share this time around. Right as far as I'm concerned, none of our budget, not even within this regime alone, none of our budget has ever helped us. Thank you so much. That's my contribution.
All right, thank you. Budget overlapping, budget rollover. If we were to look at this, why do we really have to have that need? It should run. It's a policy that needs to run from January to December. Why overlapping? I think to a layman, they will really like, okay, it seems to be that you are having a carryover,
Exactly.
Into the next year. You are modeling the budget up.
Exactly.
Year by year. But let's see. Let's pick this call before we move to the next one, just to touch that and say byes on the show today. 09136556952. We still have another one we will just really need to go into. That is the one coming from Peter Obi, saying that we are celebrating thieves in this very country, Nigeria. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Your name?
Please, this is Dr. Lanre Okiti.
Okay, you calling back. Thank you.
You see, what they are saying is a very better truth. But it seems that this Soviet administration, they don't want to listen to any advice from the opposition. And finally, the solution to Nigeria problems are this. What we need is a good governance, well-being of Nigeria, and to address the issue of corruption and indiscipline and poor governance, dividends of democracy, and to redeem the people from justice into betterment. By doing this, so we get the Nigeria as we need. Dr. Lanre Okiki.
Thank you, Dr. Lanre Okiki. Little lapped into what we have right here. The third one, Nigeria is poor because we celebrate thieves. This is coming from Peter Obi. The former Anambra State Governor, Peter Obi, says Nigeria's poverty problem is not about a lack of resources, but it is all about the choices the country has made. And he said that the nation is blessed with oil, gas, and large energetic populations should not be struggling at this point. That Nigerians, according to him, that the real issue is leadership and a culture that rewards corruption instead of confronting it. Do you agree with that?
I do.
A general belief of what Nigerians are facing.
I do.
It's leadership.
Yes. Everything starts and ends with the leadership. And unfortunately for us, we are not led by aliens or foreigners. We are led by our own people. The leadership cadre is a subset of the populace. They grew up in our midst. They are part of us. We are part of them. However, leadership comes with a sense of responsibility. And unfortunately, we've got a set of leaders that love the power and the perks of it, of the office, but shirk away from the responsibility that goes with exercising that power.
It says Nigeria even celebrates thieves.
Yeah, that's correct.
Who are the thieves?
So many examples abound. I don't want to start name calling. We all know it is there in our midst. My father used to tell me, when they were young, if your hands are not clean, the entire community would ostracize you, as it were.
What is happening with the leaders then and the leaders now? We have been asking this question as well.
Then, money was not idolized. Now, it is idolized.
We're even told that the government offices, they are just like a part-time then.
Not government offices, political appointments. Yeah, were mostly part-time, especially the legislative arm. And there have been calls for by some notable Nigerians that our politicians go back to being part-time, part-time politicians. Let them have their own viable businesses that they are doing, that they can also always return to. But unfortunately, we have bad followers as well, but they take the cue from the leaders.
I think I'm coming to that aspect.
Yeah.
The degree of the leadership you hold will tell you. Even in the midst of ourselves, we have some people just be in the little leadership roles and you see what they are playing.
It is unfortunate. That is why I said we need a total reorientation as a people. Every time you have a little sense of power, you want to oppress the next man. You want to oppress the next man, and it is evident in our everyday life. You see people driving against the traffic, you see people crossing the road when there's pedestrian bridge, and so many other things. But they see the leaders do it too. And they see them get away with it. It is right here in our presence in this country, live on video, we saw a governor stuffing dollars into his pocket. And he was rewarded with another term, and rewarded with the chairmanship of another of the ruling party. On and on. That's the freshest one anyway. On and on and on and on like that. So there was a lady from Yobe State about 4 or 5 years ago, a lady from Yobe State who won a global competition in English language. Guess how much she was given? 200,000. Somebody that should be on the billboard as an icon for young girls to aspire to be. 200,000. That does not even cover our transportation and logistics from Yobe State to Abuja and back. If they're going by flight. So what do? We celebrate the scum and we denigrate those who should be leading us.
How can the leaders really influence the followers positively? Let's look at it. Let us just break it down a little bit.
Sincerity of purpose. Put the people first. In democracy, the most critical, the most important factor in any democracy is the people. The people that you are governing, that you are leading. Public office should be for public service. Public funds must be seen, must be for public good, not just for public good, it must be seen to be for public good.
It must be seen to be for public good.
It must be seen. Just like lawyers will tell you that when justice is served, justice must not just be served, it must be seen to be served. Public funds, public resources must be expended judiciously for the good of the people. It must not just be expended for the good of the people, it must be seen to be expended for the good of the people. And there are several examples. Public education. Why our politicians why don't they enroll their children in public schools? Why do they take them abroad? So that is the only way they can arrest the decay, the rot in public education. Same for health. Public health. Why don't they patronize public health facilities? Why is it that anytime they have earache, they have headache, they fly abroad? That way, they cannot arrest the rot and the decay in public health. Can I go on?
I think we're okay with that. I think the problem should be, let's say that the situation Nigerians are right now.
Look at power. Now the seat of power is off the national grid. The national grid that keeps collapsing.
How can we get out of this as a Nigerian?
Sincerity of purpose by the leaders. Sincerity of purpose by the leaders. Don't care whose ox is God. Justice is meant to be blind. It should be applied without fear or favor.
0913-655-695. You just one caller, then we call it a wrap on the show. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Oh, you're lucky to come in. Yeah, let's have you. All right, sir.
Anything I hear from someone like Peter, I see it as scam. Because I see ABC as all district Congress, agreed district Congress. When he was governor of Anambra State, he ruled for 7 years without Senna. It was after 7 years that he made local government election. The money that was to go to Sudoku, where is it? So for Peter Obi to say we are celebrating it, and in fact it's quite out of it. All I know is that one day this country will be okay.
All right.
I'm with you, sir.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much for your contributions there. Let me see if I can just pick on to one message right now. So finally, I don't support boycotting. I don't know why the government are not really afraid of doing the public. I don't really get that message, please. There's no time for reconstructions at this very time. Okay, we'll be calling it a wrap on the show. Of course, this is actually been an educative one this morning with my guest, Comrade Olanrewaju Lawal, which I believe that anytime we just keep calling on him, he bears out the answers coming to the show. But I'll still ask you again. We need you one more time.
I always try to make myself available.
Thank you very much. And I really want to say a big thank you to all my superstars that call into the show, that drop the messages right here. I really appreciate you people. Please endeavor to join us next week by the special grace of God. But we can start from Monday straight up to Friday, the weekend edition. Precious AFOLABI will come on board. And we say thank you very much and God bless you.